Let's get sweaty.
Welcome back to this Easter egg hunt. This time we are going to be looking at episode 3 of the Shenmue anime. Without further ado, let's drop straight into our first image. So for this first image, you may recognise the telephone from the tobacco shop in Shenmue 1. Now, the reason this Easter egg is in here is because if you catch the scene just right, you can see that Ryo is dialing the 7 from Master Chen's number as he's using the telephone. It's a very, very quick split-second frame that you can see this. However, it's a nice little touch to the games. If you may remember, in the original Dreamcast releases, people were using the numbers and calling up the numbers in the game. So much so that they had to remove the last digit from each of the numbers in the re-releases to stop people doing it this time around. A nice little touch, great little Easter egg to start us off. Coming on to sort of the next two images here, you can see here at the bottom, this is a subtitled version, and this isn't an Easter egg as such, it's more of an observation. You can see at the bottom here the translation for the code to access Master Chen. As we know, it is Father's Heaven, 9 Dragons, Mother's Earth, Comrades. Whereas here you can see it's Father's Sky, which looks like a mistranslation. And if you look at this second image popping up on your screen just now, this is Common Allies. So I believe this is probably a mistranslation somewhere, especially as the English dub actually uses the codes that we know and love. So that leads me to believe this is probably just a small translation error, and I happened to pick this up very quickly when I watched the episode first off. Coming on to our next image, you see the bus to Amihama, to the harbour. And you can see here the bus number is exactly the same as the bus number in Shenmue the game. Great little touch, great little Easter egg. Again, it's only on the screen for a few seconds, but it's well worth just giving a little tip of the hat to that one. Really nice little touch. This next scene, you can see Ryo sneaking into warehouse number 8. Now, in the games, he comes in from left to right in the scene, hits his head, grabs the torch, runs off. Here, slight change of the way it's presented. He comes in from right to left, again hits his head, catches the torch, and then leaves it there and runs straight in while getting captured. So it's little change to what was presented in the games. Moving on, we're now into the scene where Ryo meets Master Chen and Guizhang. This is shot 1-to-1 with the games, generally speaking. What we do get here is a little Easter egg here of Chi-Yu. Now, this is the first visual representation we've had of Chi-Yu in the Shenmue series. So it's a nice little touch, and they're talking about the mythology around Chi-Yu, the dragon and the phoenix. So it has some symbolism here. But again, it's a great little touch, and it's a first look at Chi-Yu, the monster himself. The next scene happens after Ryo is hunting for clues around the Phoenix Mirror. Ryo falls off the stool and hurts his back. And we cut to this scene in the Hazuki Dojo living room where Ryo is being patched up. And as you can see here on the television, he has his trusty, faithful Sega Saturn. Brilliant. It looks, again, very close to the games. I'm not quite sure whether it's an off-white here or a grey colour. In the games, it's obviously grey. But to see Sega Saturn sat there on top of the television really made me smile. Cracking Easter egg there if you didn't see this one. Coming into this next scene here, we have the Hazuki crest. The handguard, rather. And in the games, it is shaped like a snowflake. Whereas here, they've made a slight change to it. It's just completely circular, with a Hazuki crest in the middle. It doesn't make a massive amount of difference, but it was something which I picked up and thought, okay, that's a little bit different. No issue with it. We move on. Moving into the next scene, we see Ryo talking to Nozomi and another girl on the left-hand side of the screen. This girl is Mai, who you may remember from the games of getting mixed up with the wrong crowd, and Ryo goes along, gets her out of trouble, and basically takes out her friends with some low-intervention martial arts. Rather than being at the harbour here, she's seen talking to Nozomi and then reaches out to Ryo and calls him over, and they have a conversation. It's good to see Mai here, actually. It's a nice Easter egg to the games, even though she's appearing in a different place. So well done here for this one. Next, we have the Hazuki Dojo basement. Now, this clearly from this image is much smaller than it is in the games, which is perfectly understandable. But you can see a few things in the image that were in the games originally. Behind Ryo's head, you can see the eagle that is on one of the shelves there. And to the left of the image, you can see the chest of drawers and cupboard arrangement that you can look at in the games when hunting for the Phoenix Mirror. So they do make appearances here. It is slightly different, but it's a nice little touch of an Easter egg. Have I missed any Easter eggs? Make sure you make a comment on YouTube, give us a subscribe, like, and follow on social media, Twitter, Facebook, etc. And I will be back with another set of Easter eggs very soon. Take care. Goodbye.